Welcome back. You're watching us here on Chartbusters. The stock on our radar right now is Signature Global. The company saw its sales rise over 184% year on year in the second quarter, guided for launches worth nearly 16,000 crore in this financial year itself. Rajat Kathuria, who is the CEO of the company, joins us now to give us an update on the company's growth plans. You've always, laid out strong growth plans for this year, Rajat. So just wanted to understand a couple of things. One, of the 16,000 crore launch pipeline that you have for this year, how much have you done so far? And are you on track to achieve this number? And while you're talking about that as well, if you could give us a sense on whether you're on track to achieve that 10,000 crore pre-sales and 6,000 crore collections number for this financial year as well. And if you could give us targets for the next year.
Sure, Mangan. Thanks for inviting us to your show. So we are on track on most of these, numbers as guidance, which we had given at the start of the year. So as far as the launches are concerned, out of the 16,000 crores, we've done launches of approximately worth 9,000 crores during the first half. And during the second half, we are fairly comfortable with the balanced launches for this year. As far as sales are concerned, we've, achieved about 58% of the annual guidance. So we've done about 5,800 odd crores of sales for the first 6 months. And we are again, I think this quarter is also going quite reasonable. Can't spell out the numbers. But in general, I would say the demand's holding and sales continue to be going in the right direction. So we are again comfortable with the 10,000 crores of sales guidance which we've given for this year. As far as collections are concerned, we still have some more work to be done. We've done about 2,100 crores in the first 6 months, but we stay confident for the annual guidance at this stage.
All right. Hi, Rajat. Good morning and good to see you. Rajat, do you want to up these guidance numbers, particularly in the launches and the pre-sales numbers? It appears you're pretty much on track. Or do you want to, promise and then over-deliver?
We would ideally stick to the promise on a yearly basis. So there's no preset notion on what we want to do. But it's good that we are by and large, in a comfort zone as far as these guidance numbers are concerned.
All right. You have ongoing projects of around, I think, 15.8 million square feet, which you aim to deliver by FY26. Could you give us a geographic breakup? I think most of them should be in NCR region. Will there be some part outside that as well?
No, we have almost everything which is in the NCR region. These projects are spread across various micro markets within Gurugram and, Sona, which you could also say technically today is like, market within, Gurugram. So these projects are all based in our, focused geography.
So with the visibility that you have right now, what can you guide for FY26? Because, the 15.8 million square feet, I presume that a large part of that would be back-ended in FY26 itself. Or is there a possibility some of that comes in FY25 as well? Could you give us a sense of what your own targets are when it comes to launches and collections in FY26?
Okay, so I'll give you a bit of background on the portfolio side. So there's about close to 12 million square foot is something which we've, delivered till date. We are a 10-year-old entity and, we've delivered about 12 million. There's an additional 15.8 million, which is at advanced stages of development. So over the next, 4 to 6 quarters, we'll be delivering a lot of these projects as well. Besides that, there's another 35 million with a GDV potential in excess of 50,000 crores. And within this, forthcoming basket, most of this land is owned by us. To give you an idea, more than 90% of the GDV of these forthcoming projects will belong to the company. And there is very little or literally nothing in terms of land payments, which is still overdue or due from our side. So there's good amount of, land, stage raw material, which is sitting with us, which is primarily owned by the company. So, that helps us keep doing a sustained supply of products in the, micro markets we operate in. One other thing I would like to add up is that, we've also diversified ourselves a little in terms of the product offering. So, for instance, prior to this calendar year, we were doing only mid-income housing, whereas during this calendar year, we've also gone into a bit on the premium side housing, which, we saw some good response. And we've even, recently launched some plots, whether for residential or for commercial or multi-purpose usage, even they've sold well and it's almost becoming a segment within the company. So, with this kind of expanded product basket, we are fairly optimistic in terms of our current next year's performance as well.
All right. Very quickly, if you could tell us about circle rates. There's an average increase is what we understand, and both of us are Bombay boys. We're not jealous at all about the Gurgaon market, I assure you that. But has it moved up? If yes, what's the average price?
So if you will see Gurgaon, property rates or capital values over the last decade, so for almost like 7 to 8 years, they were stagnated between 2013-14 till about, 2021. Post 21, we've seen about 2 years when, a correction happened, prices went up like 70-80%. And that's where the gap between the real value and the circle rates really, widened, which, the government keeps correcting, in a periodic manner. And post 23, we are now seeing a phase where capital values are more range bound. They're not kind of, seeing any sharp increase. Volumes, which is good for volumes, it's easier to trade. Buyer and seller, both are able to converge on a price and close the trade. So, volumes are healthy right now due to the strong fundamentals of the local market. But
and realizations, what do we expect for you? Because, while you said the circle rates were a correction of the big prices increase that we saw post 2021, we've seen that as a change in your realizations as well. A few years ago, it was close to 4,000 odd rupees. Now it's turned to between 13 to 14,000 rupees per square feet. Do you believe that this is a range that will sustain, or maybe because of the product mix, it will go on to around 15, 16 and settle at around 17, say 2-3 years from now?
So see, our average realizations have gone up because of premiumization of product and, inclusion of better location project locations in our portfolio. We feel that, so that's the primary reason why that 4,000, 4,500 per square foot numbers almost, tripled over the last, 3 to 4 years. You shouldn't expect anything like this happening, in times to come. So we feel you'll should potentially see a more inflation-linked sort of increment in, capital values over times to come.
All right, Rajat, we are happy for you, and we'll track you on all these numbers that you've given us. Look forward to having a chat with you rather soon. And if this is the last time we're speaking in this calendar year, wish you well and look forward to 2025 as well.
Thank you very much.